Hi my friends, it's time for this week's Pick a Deck reading. So deck 1 is going to be the Llewellyn deck, deck 1. Deck 2 is the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. And deck 3 is my Arcanum Tarot deck. The subject that I'm focusing on is why did I get ghosted? So for those of you who were having a relationship where it felt like things were going really well, you felt a really heavy soul connection with this person and then they just kind of disappeared or pulled away and left you without a sense of closure, that's what we're going to be focusing on. And maybe you didn't get ghosted. Maybe it's just more like what went wrong. Maybe you're not clear about what went wrong in a relationship. So deck 1, deck 2, and deck 3. Go ahead and take a look at the cards and choose the deck that's kind of calling out at you. And then you can skip ahead to the timestamps. I'll have timestamps here that'll let you know when your chosen deck is starting. So deck 1. Why did you get ghosted? What happened in this relationship? I'm feeling a lot of fire. So I think if you chose this deck or if you gravitated towards this deck, you felt a lot of chemistry or a lot of pull with this person. For some of you, it could have been the type of relationship where you thought it was going to go somewhere, but it didn't. Like you thought, this is it. This is a significant person. I met this person for a reason. I feel this connection. I feel this attraction, but then they never really seemed to step up. Or they acted like they were gonna, come after you and they didn't. So for some of you, maybe you feel a little bit led on. Maybe things ended before they even started for some of you if you were attracted to this deck. But this is a general reading, so it's going to apply to all of you in different ways. Alright, and I'm being told to stop. So let's see what happened here in this relationship for those of you who picked this deck here. So 3, we're going to do 5 cards, 4 and 5, and we'll see what the outcome is going to be for you. So beginning of this relationship, 7 of Cups. So this person may have come into your life at a time where you were a little bit confused. And they came in and all of a sudden you were like, oh, that's it. That's what I've been missing. Or everything makes sense now. Or this is the direction I'm supposed to go in. So for some of you, it was like, wow, this person came in and gave me clarity. Or I didn't know what I wanted and I thought I was okay kind of trying to figure out what I wanted. And then I saw this person and I was like, this is it. This is what I've been missing in my life. This is who I've been waiting for. So there may have been like a time of confusion and this person gave you a sense of clarity. For some of you, this person met you at a time when their life was really up in the air and they were very confused and there was a lot of different directions that they could be going in. For some of you, I feel this person had children with multiple partners and that was a big sense of confusion for them, and they may have been thinking like, okay, well, I want to feel settled or I want to feel grounded, but I don't know where to go. I've got kids here, I've got kids there, I've got this ex here, I've got that ex there, and so they may have been very confused in that angle or in that direction. For some of you, I feel you're frustrated because this relationship for you kind of depends on where you're going to end up living. Like, I feel like you're waiting for somebody to figure out what they want to do because you're getting ready to move. And you're getting ready, like, to get rooted and get grounded. And you're just wanting to know where this person stands. So there's some confusion and some, like, annoyed feelings there in that way. The more recent past with this person, we have the Emperor. So when the Emperor comes up, this is somebody who, has seen it all, has really been around. This is someone who has really tasted what the world has to offer, maybe like even been in some of the garbage and, climbed out of it. And so this is someone that has had a lot of life experience and maybe doesn't feel like they can get rooted or grounded anywhere. This could be somebody that maybe they need the space or they need to travel. I call this kind of person the outdoor cat, the alley cat, or the outdoor cat. You know, those of you who have outdoor cats, you know, they might come around and they might even want to come inside for a little bit, and they want to be fed and pet and cuddle, and they want to, you know, stock up on all of that nurturing, and then they go wandering off out into the neighborhood again until next time, and you never really know when they're going to show up, but you always know they're going to come around again. So I think for some of you, this is the type of energy this person has. This is the kind of person who disappears and comes back because they don't do well with stability, and they don't do well with being in one place for too long, right? But they do definitely feel the connection with you, and they're coming back for the connection. But that's not necessarily fair for you, you know? Unless you are in that space where you're deciding, you know what, I'm okay with that, and I'm just going to live my life in the meantime. But the Emperor typically is not the kind of person you're going to build a home or a life with. It could be a very strong lover. It can be a very strong soulmate, but this isn't always the most traditional person who's going to like step in and be like, you know, spouse, everyday spouse type person. You have the Empress in the current moment. So this is basically coming in and asking you to connect and to see that that is what's going on with you here. And I shuffled. You guys saw me shuffle. You know, I shuffled. So you have the Emperor and the Empress coming up together. So this makes me feel that, you know, whether you're the feminine in the relationship or the masculine in the relationship, this person realized with you that they've met their match, right? And you might be thinking, yeah, totally, I know that they met their match, and I know we were meant for each other. And you might be like, yes, you know, we're like the missing puzzle pieces, or I'm like the right shoe and the left shoe, or like whatever. You feel that connection. But for this person, I feel like it felt like a little bit of a defeat. It got too real. Okay, and I think especially if you're dealing with the Emperor energy, this is somebody who likes to be on top, and on their lower level energies, this is going to be somebody who likes to have control or who can be a little bit demanding. And then, you know, here you come along as an equal, and it's like, oh man, like, well, I kind of like being in charge, and I kind of like being the smarter one, and I kind of like being the one who sees what other people don't see. But with you, they can't do that. They can't pull the wool over your eyes. You are an equal. They have to like give you the same amount of respect. And I think for a lot of these people, this is feeling very uncomfortable for them. It's feeling uncomfortable for them because it just got real. Maybe in the beginning there was that attraction, there was that comfort, and then it just got real on a soul level, on a soul connection level, and maybe they're having a really hard time, you know, handling that right now. So in the near future, what you have is you have the Priestess. Okay, so this is you getting connected with your higher self, and with your intuition. Sometimes when this card comes up, somebody is receiving information telepathically. Somebody is receiving information, or like there's even a cord here with this person. So you may have a sense or a feeling that this person's wanting to come around again. You may even be having dreams with this person where there's very, very specific messages coming in. So this is saying listen to that, because your intuition and your angels and guides are giving you messages to try to help you make sense of the situation so that you can move past it, so that you can heal from it, and so that you can be ready when this person comes back around again, right? So that you're making good decisions for you. You're not making decisions out of loneliness. You're not making decisions out of, well, I'm just going to jump in head first and let this person burn me again. You're arming yourself and you're ready. I don't mean literally arming yourself, guys. You know what I mean. And your outcome here is Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles to me is also a card about balancing out energy. It can very well be about, like, you know, being generous, you know. So for some of you, you may be forgiving the person. For some of you, you may be seeing them as a little bit damaged or a little bit bruised, and you may be feeling compassion towards them. But I think for a lot of you, what's going to end up happening is, because you're going through this enlightening stage and you're waking up and you're coming into your higher self, I think for a lot of you, what's going to happen is as you're looking back over this relationship and processing it and being in that high priestess energy, what you're going to end up having is you're going to see this person in a completely different way. And you're going to be feeling like, okay, I still honor this connection I have with them. I still enjoy this connection I have with them. I am able to accept the fact that this is a person who is just not ready for me. They're just not ready for me. But I will take them as they are, as they come and as they go. But I'm going to live my life in the meantime. So I feel like you're balancing out that energy. And I think for some of you, what you're going to do is honor the fact that this person's like that outdoor cat, and you're going to be happy to see them when they come around, and maybe you're going to take them back in and you're going to enjoy them for that moment and then let them wander off again until next time. But then when you graduate and you have your higher level soulmate coming in and you're settled in with somebody, you're like, you're done. You're not having this person come back around again. For some of you, you're just putting your foot down from the get-go. You're like, oh, heck no, if that's how it's going to be, I don't have the patience for it. I really don't. So, if you're going to come back to leave again, don't even bother. And so for some of you, I feel when this person is coming back, you're kind of putting your foot down and you're putting out to the universe that you are only going to give out energy to those who are deserving of it, right? And who are going to be balanced and who are giving to you. You don't want to be in the place of need. You want to be in the place of giving. And I feel that for some of you, you're balancing that. So this is definitely what I would call a karmic situation or a karmic relationship. But you guys seem to be really coming out on top, so that whatever is happening, you are getting closure in that way, or you are getting a sense or a feeling of like, you're not the victim here. You're taking your power back. And I do think this is a person that wants you, that's going to be coming back around again. But I feel like you're setting boundaries. And I feel like you're taking the good from it, right? But you're also guarding and shielding yourself, and you're graduating onto someone even better. Okay, so let's jump into deck number 2. Deck number 2. So we're focusing on like what went wrong in the relationship. Why did this person ghost you? Okay, so as I'm connecting with this deck, I'm getting a little bit nauseous. When I get nauseous, when I connect with energies, this tells me that there's a toxic energy here. So you may be dealing with a toxic person, okay? I am also getting 5, which for me in my readings is the number of karmic soulmates. And a lot of times, we do have the karmic soulmates are the ones who kind of ghost, or who come in and have a really intense connection and then run away. So I wouldn't be surprised if every single one of these readings had a karmic soulmate situation. But with you, I'm also feeling toxicity. So I feel like this is somebody who maybe you have had a lot of past lives with, and coming together in this life romantically. There's work for you, or wow, this is very stuck. You guys are feeling very stuck in this situation. Like you can't move forward. Like things are so on hold. For some of you, this is going to be about freeing yourself and ending this toxic connection with this person. It's just almost, for some of you, it might even be parasitic. Like you're the loving one, you're the healing one, you have somebody who may be like emotionally they're in shambles, and you're doing a lot of the healing for them. I think for a lot of you, you've been courted. So you're feeling this person around you a lot, even if it's been a long time since you've spoken. Even if you haven't seen this person in a while, they're very much psychically attached to you. And they're subconsciously sending you all of their crap. They're sending you their insecurity, their anger, their sadness, their low self-esteem. And you're constantly having to filter it. And you're like, man, why do I feel so crummy? Or why am I feeling so intense right now? I feel it's because this person is courted to you and senses that you're a healer, and subconsciously is sending you all their crap to heal on their behalf. So cut those cords, my dears. So you have 8 of water in like the distant past. So this is making me feel like what brought the two of you together in your initial connection was that both of you were looking for something more. both of you were looking for fulfillment or for connection. I feel that for some of you, even this is very interesting, even though Eight of Water or Eight of Cups is not a card that has to do with people who are swindlers or scammers. I think for some of you, this person is a swindler or a scammer. They might not be like on a criminal level where they could end up in jail, but very much somebody who likes to see what they can get out of people, right? Like an opportunist type of person. What is this person going to do for me? What can I get out of this person? What can I get out of this situation? And I feel with you, when they saw you, they had a very hard time pinpointing exactly who you were. I think they've gone through their life and gotten ahead by being able to read people and manipulate situations and make things work out in their favor. But when they came across you, there was just something about you where they were both very pulled towards you and also a little bit uneasy. Like I don't understand what this person is. I don't understand how this person is. And you were a bit of an enigma or a bit of a mystery. And I think for you, this person seemed like a mystery, and you felt like, I want to know their story. I want to know what's behind there. I know there's something going on there underneath the surface. So very, very magnetic pull towards one another. The more distant past, or more recent past, you have Seven of Water. So this could be having a lot of confusion and not knowing which direction to go towards. So I feel like what happened with you guys in this situation is this person was very confused by you, trying to figure out who you were, feeling very close to you, and you may have felt more like, I'm ready for this connection. Like, I see that this person has some pretty slimy moments, but I see underneath that there's like a good person and a good heart, and I see all of the light in this person. And so you may be like, I'm not sure how we're going to work it out, but I'm willing to do whatever needs to be done. Whereas I feel like with this other person, they're realizing all of the work that they have to do in order to be worthy of you. Like, they're realizing all of the things about them that they have to change, and they're feeling very intimidated by that, because I feel like they have a lot of soul work to do, and they have a lot of healing to do, and they're a little bit intimidated to do it. They're a little bit afraid to do it, and they don't know how to move forward. And I do feel like this is somebody that also may make you feel like they come close and then they pull away, and they come close and they pull away. So very hot and cold type energy where you get mixed signals from this person. So for me, it may even be where like they have tried to, sorry, my friends. It may even be where they have tried to change you in some way. Like, they realize how much work they have to do to be worthy of you. So instead of stepping up to a higher level, they may have tried to pull you down a couple of levels. And you've had to, choose the high road here and not get sucked into that. And that's where maybe some of the toxic energy is that I'm feeling that you're being protected from. Your present moment, you have Five of Earth, guys. So, this is like a lover's card. It could be a lover's card. Kind of like being out on your own, going through life on your own, or being in a situation where you're kind of rebuilding your life. Like things may have fallen apart. So this person may be feeling like, spiritually or emotionally bankrupt. This person may be feeling like, because they're so used to scamming and swindling other people, and maybe even mooching off other people, but not being able to do that with you. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get through my life. I respect this person too much to lean on them financially and to use them the way I use other people. And so there might be this feeling of like, this relationship would be too difficult because I don't know how to maneuver it. I don't know how to be a responsible one. They might also see you as somebody who really needs protection. Like, they might see what a giant loving heart you have, and they might realize that, typically people like you fall victim to people like them, and like they're wanting to protect you, but like at the same time they're feeling guilty and they don't know how to do it. Because this is also like a lover's card, to me, or like, you know, having a relationship with someone where all you have is the love and the connection, but you don't have anything else. It could even feel like a rock bottom. To me, this card coming up indicates that this person feels like they have a lot of chemistry with you. They have a lot of connection with you. They feel very madly about you in a lover capacity. But when it comes down to the everyday life and responsibility, they don't know how you guys can make it work. They don't know how it's going to be compatible. This person may even have another relationship that they've been in, and they don't know how to get out of that and make you the everyday person. For some of you, this other relationship they're in, they might genuinely feel stuck or trapped, because it does feel a little bit like a caretaker situation to me. So like maybe they're in this relationship with this person and they're married or they're living together, but the relationship has gone from being like romantic partners or spouses more to like this person is feeling like they're being caretaker for the other spouse. Like if I leave, this person's gonna full on die. Like I gotta be on top of medications and I don't know what. Or this person has like mental problems and can't be left alone, so they feel like they have to be a caretaker and they don't know how to get out of the relationship. So then you would be left kind of as like this person who's like a secret in their life, and they don't want to do that to you, and they don't have the heart to do that to you. So then your outcome here is transformation, which in traditional tarot could be also called a death card. This doesn't mean that you're going to full on, you know, have some very dramatic thing happen, and it doesn't mean literal death, but it does mean that you're kind of changing, and you're coming out a different person from this relationship. This is a relationship that's forever going to change you, and I think it's forever also going to change this other person. I feel like you held up a mirror to this person and you forced them to see who they are. Like, you know, even though you weren't judging them and you were being very accepting of them and you were this very bright light for this person, you made them see themselves, and they didn't like what they saw, and they felt very disgusted with themselves, and they didn't know how to do the work or how to make the change, and so they pulled away or they disconnected. And I feel for you, having loved the way that you loved and having had the experience, as painful as it is not to have this person around right now, I feel that going through the remainder of the year for you, you're going to have a lot of really magical moments. Your angels are going to be coming through. Your guides are going to be coming through. You're going to be having dreams and epiphanies where they're explaining to you why it happened. I feel that for some of you, you're going to have a really strong relationship with Archangel Michael, where he's showing up and he's connecting and he's helping you to see all the ways in which you've been protected from this person. That, you know, this person sees you as a little bit of an addiction and they're trying to fight that addiction, and that your angels have intervened and are keeping this person away from contacting you because this is a toxic person and they want you to be safe. There was a soul contract that had to be fulfilled, and it was fulfilled, and that you guys met, and that you showed this person the light that you have. You gave them the opportunity to change. You received a level of passion or connection which you needed to wake up your soul or to open up your chakras on some level, and now it's time to complete that transformation. So your outcome here is the Star. This is beauty. This is success. This is rebirth. This is being seen. This is people being in awe of you, like putting you up on a pedestal. So I feel that what's going to end up happening is you are pursuing some passion that is near and dear to your heart. You are taking the emotional chaos that this relationship brought you in, and you're finding a way to express it or use it as fuel to the fire and achieving your dreams and being seen. And all of a sudden you're going from being very lonely to having several options to choose from. And I do feel this person is going to reach out to you again, this person from the past, and you're just going to be on such a higher level that you're not going to be able to take this person back. You're not going to feel the same connection, but you are going to be happy. This is very much one of those cards to me that says, like, you know, sometimes the best revenge is a well-lived life, or like, you know, finding your happiness in life. And that's what's happening here. You're going to have everything. And here's this con artist moocher who sees how successful you are all of a sudden, and how beautiful you are, and how loved you are, and like they can't benefit from it. They don't get to benefit from it because they had their chance and they blew it. Whereas before, if they had stuck by you and you come into the success, right, they would have taken it all up. They would have squandered it. And you, because you're so loving, would have given it all to them. So that's another way in which you're being protected, because you are meant for success, and this person would have squandered your money. And your angels and guides don't want that to happen. You know, they want you to have good use of the blessings that are coming in, so that you can help the appropriate people. You can help the appropriate charities, the people who really need it. But then also keep for you, so that you can travel and have experiences and have freedom. So our last deck here is the Major Arcanum. Let's see what we have coming here. What went wrong? Why did this person ghost? For those of you who chose this deck, I feel in some ways the relationship that's happening here, or that's in question here, is somebody that tested you in some way. I feel in some way this relationship may have been a test for you, where like you were coming into your life purpose, or your life path, or your awakening, and you were coming into that light, and this relationship was like a form of psychic attack, or a form of the negative ego trying to sabotage you, or a form of like the darkness kind of sending somebody in to break your spirit. This feels to me very much like you went into a relationship with somebody where it seemed like it was going to go one way, and then they became a complete and total nightmare. So this to me feels like somebody who came in, like a darker soulmate, who came in to throw you off your game, or throw you off your progress. And we just had a card that jumped and flew away. So let me see if I can find that card here. Here we are. I'll put that there. Okay. So your past card, kind of like what brought you two together, was Ace of Cups. So for a lot of you, like I said, this partner may have seemed like a dream come true. Whole new beginning, whole new type of emotional experience. Somebody who maybe you might felt like, oh wow, this is a really worthwhile person. This is a really healthy relationship. For some of you, you may even have felt that this is a very spiritual connection. This is a very spiritual relationship. Like, I'm coming into my spirituality, and thank goodness here's somebody who matches up or who aligns with that spirituality. So starting off, this feels like really positive for you guys. Like, you may have felt very positive about it. And then it went into Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is being on the defensive. It could be feeling attacked. It could be feeling like you're having to compete for this person's attention. It could be that you felt like this person began nitpicking at you, or making you feel like, you know, you were flawed in some way, or you weren't doing enough in some way, or they were doing so much and you weren't giving more. And you may have just been like, I don't know what more I can do. But that energy that came in from the person, one way in which it was benefiting you, is I do feel this relationship taught you assertiveness, and taught you to have the courage to stand up for yourself and to not feel bad. I think for a lot of you who were drawn to this deck, you have a very hard time standing up for yourself, especially when it's somebody that you love. When it's somebody that you love and you care about, you have a hard time telling those people no. Or you have a hard time standing up to those people because you feel like you're being ungrateful in some way. But this relationship was like, no, like, this is not okay. This is not right. I have to set boundaries with this person. So the relationship came in to teach you a certain level of assertiveness. So it went really high to like really low, to you like having to protect yourself. So then your present moment here is Knight of Wands. So this is action, okay? For some of you, I feel this person's coming back. And this person's coming back in a really big way. I still feel, and I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer here, I'm not trying to be super negative, I still feel this is a person who maybe on a soul or karmic level is being sent to knock you off your game or to shake your confidence in some way. Knight of Wands is not necessarily a negative card. Knight of Wands has a lot of really positive attributes to it. But intuitively in this situation, I feel the more negative attributes of Knight of Wands coming in here. So this could be an ultimatum this person's giving you, or this person's coming in and trying to shake your confidence or make you feel bad or make you feel like, you know, whatever went wrong was your fault. And for some of you, this person's being kept at bay. For some of you, you're not hearing from this person because your guardian angels are like, nope, it's not ready. Like you know, we're guarding you, we're protecting you. You're going to have to face this at some point. You're going to have to face this fork in the road, but you're not ready just yet. And we're going to keep this person away from you. We're going to let you rest. We're going to let you heal. And then when you're strong enough, we'll let you stand up to this person again. But the energy here doesn't feel very nice to me. The energy here feels to me like somebody who wants to come in and be in charge and be the boss and be in control and maybe not really care about how it's affecting you. So just be cautious of that. So for you, strength is coming up, which is going to be your theme moving forward. Remember, a lot of this relationship, like I said, did feel like a psychic attack, or it did feel like somebody coming in to knock you off your purpose or your path. So moving forward, it's going to be you finding your strength again, you finding your direction again, you getting back and doing what you were meant to do or what feels right to you, and being strong not to look over your shoulder and let those little doubts come up that, okay, well, maybe it was me. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I chased this person off. Maybe I'm the reason why things didn't work out. You're going to be working to get those thoughts out of your head and focus on where you want to be. And, you know, loving yourself and being connected with yourself and being more in tune with your passions and the things that matter most to you in your life, and working on those and moving forward. So that's what's going to benefit you moving ahead. Your outcome card now, don't get scared because I saw it when it fell, is Nine of Swords. This doesn't mean that you are doomed, but this does mean that you are worrying a lot. Nine of Swords is a card of worry. Nine of Swords could be even having bad dreams or having nightmares because you are so worried. It's also a card of self-fulfilling prophecy. So what that means is, like, you're worrying about it so much and you're always saying what if, that you keep putting what if out there so much that you begin creating that scenario. You begin calling it into your life. And it doesn't have to be like that. You know, you have the dove here. You can focus on the dove or you can focus on the fears. The dove wants to bring you peace. Or is this an owl? This might be an owl. It's an owl. But the owl could be messages. You know, it could be a messenger, right? The owl might be bringing you messages about how to move forward and, you know, how to stay in the light and how to stay strong and how to stay safe. But you may be focusing a lot on the fears. And so that this card is coming in just to tell you, pay attention to where you're putting your focus, okay? Because you may be creating a lot of fear energy. For some of you, you may be even be afraid of this person. There might be a part of you that feels like maybe this person might harm me physically. You got to listen to your gut and you got to protect yourself. If that's the case, don't let this person come into your home. Don't meet this person in a place where they can, like, try something, you know, like, listen to that intuition and keep yourself safe. I want to pull one more card for you guys here in this deck. You have Ace of Swords. That is a new beginning, right? So instead of being here in the Nine of Swords and being terrified and being scared, right? Something about this relationship, this person may be coming back and you may be having to face your fears. So for some of you, this could be like, you know, maybe you got a restraining order on the person, or you're gonna have to get a restraining order on the person, or you're going to have to keep yourself in a safe place because you're realizing this person is toxic and maybe not a nice person, and you're having to stand up to that person. But if you listen to the messages that are coming in, if you listen to that guidance, maybe even seek out a mentor or seek out advice from somebody experienced, you're going to have that new beginning. And you're going to have that freedom like the eagles, right? You're flying high, soaring high. That wisdom, that freedom, that courage, that power, that strength, that brand new beginning. Nothing is going to get in your way. Nothing is going to get in your way. So this was definitely a relationship for you guys that helped you to break through old blocks. And I feel that once you're completely and totally finished with this person, your life is going to be a completely new life. Like, you're not even going to recognize yourself, and you're going to be in charge and in control and attracting a whole different type of people. And when you do settle down, I'm hearing empire. I feel like you're settling down with someone who's like a partner, who's like, you guys are working together, you're accomplishing really big things. Like you're on top of the world. This person's just kind of like a cog in the machinery trying to keep that from happening. But you're going to cut through it. Alright guys, this is a general reading. You may need a private reading, but I hope that did help. Till next week, I will do another choose your own card reading. Make sure to check out your reading for the week for your zodiac sign. Every single week I do readings by zodiac sign. So subscribe if you haven't already. Follow on AmethystAngelLight, Facebook and Instagram for a free card each day and for a prize giveaway each week. Till next week, my friends.